Hello, good morning, and welcome to an update from BJ Kernan Modelling. So this week we're going to be looking at the Big Red 1 bolt action project, and I'm going to talk to you through some of the units that I've completed and plans for the army, and hopefully sort of it'll be completed in the next couple of weeks. So first of all, as you can see, I managed to pick up a Big Red 1 patch. Now, the idea behind this is my wife has started to learn how to use a sewing machine, and one of the things that she's done for my eldest is make a bag, and she's also making masks so we can go out in public. Ta-da! And here's one that she's made earlier. So this is mine with a very piratey feel. So that's what we're going to be wearing as from Friday, when you have to wear a mask when you go into the shops. So one of the things that she's doing is she's sort of having a bit of a play around with the sewing machine. So I asked her yesterday, I said, if I got a badge, would you be able to make a bag for me, which is drawstring, and stitch this with maybe an American flag onto the bag for my dice? So she said yes, so I'm chuffed to bits. So hopefully in the next few weeks there'll be a Big Red 1 dice bag that I can use when hopefully we can get back to some gaming clubs, and I can play a bit of bolt action. So that's the badge for Big Red 1. Quite pleased with that. Picked it off eBay for £1, I think it was. I think it was £1.50 including postage and packing. So that's going to go onto the dice bag, as I've said. So the next thing is I've painted up lots and lots of units. So I'm going to sort of go through the units, and there'll be some stills at the end of the video. So I finished off a command section, which is a first lieutenant, which is the one from Warlord Games, and he's carrying a carbine and a pistol. Quite a nice figure, stood on the ammunition case, and he's got two support guys. One is, this is the guy from the mortar set, and for my last video I did say that I'd lost the mortar, so I've recommissioned the guys to do other things in the army. So he's like a radio guy. I've got quite a few radios throughout the army because I think they utilised the radio quite a lot. This is one of the radio guys, but he's got one of the heads from the US Rangers. If I can get into focus, there you go. And so he's going to sort of take up they're going to take up the HQ slot. We then go over to the medical team. So last time I just finished off this diorama, which is the medic assisting one of the infantrymen that's injured, and I've also painted up this week, or finished off this week, a medic carrying a stretcher. I've got to go around the rims of the bases and just sort of finish them off, but that's something I like to do right at the end of the project, so they all sort of tie in nicely. Also, there's an observation team, which is the three guys from the blister, and I've just added some tufts to the bases now, so they'll look quite good. I know that some of them I have painted desert yellow around the rims, just to sort of give them see what it would look like. I'm not convinced that desert yellow around the base is going to be best, but you know, I'm sort of going to experiment a little bit and see what would work. So that's the observation team. We've got the mandatory infantry squad. Now the infantry squad consists of one NCO who's carrying a machine gun, one BAR gunner, and the rest are carrying Garrods and carbines. So that's the one of the mandatory squads, and there'll be some stills at the end of the video for these. Also the second mandatory squad, which again are given the NCO a grease gun, and I think there's a BAR in there somewhere. So that is that unit, which is the two mandatory units. So there's one HQ and two mandatory units. Then we're going to go back to some of the additional parts of the army. So I've got three 30 cals that the US Army can take. We go back to a mortar team, which I've finished off this week, which is quite nice. Quite a nice little setup. Also finished off the artillery, so that's quite a nice piece that I picked up from Warlord. So quite pleased with that. And again, there'll be plenty of stills at the end of the presentation. Also the Jeep, which I've based, and if you remember, I based it because I just didn't want it to fall into bits, and so I've put a few tufts on it on the base just to make it look quite nice. What I noticed the other day actually when I was looking at the model is that if you look at the wheels, they're on a bit of a slant, so it looks as if it's sliding around quite a high speed, and it's sort of on the turn. So I quite like that, to be honest. It looks quite nice. We've got a abandoned tank crew. So again, they've just been based up, and I've put on big red one patches and US flags on a lot of the figures. So if you ever look on just bring back one of the guys. So on the, if I can get to focus, that is. There you go. So there's the American patch on one of the arms, and then the big red one symbol on the other, and they're from Company B, I believe. Again, picked them up a bit of a bargain on eBay. We've got the Bazooka Team, which is pretty mandatory in any US Army. So again, I've given them the big red one patch on one arm and the American flag on the other. So we've got a sniper team that's going to be finished off this week. So I've started to paint the sniper team up. So that's going to look quite good on its base. I just used Luke Sapp's corks for the base and built it up. So that's that one. I've also painted a couple bits of armor as well for the army. Now this is one I had in the when I sold off a lot of the armour, I kept back, I think, a couple of Shermans and an M10 Destroyer, which, to be honest, they were sort of half a paint job, and I wasn't that enamoured with it. So I bought this one off eBay years ago because the turrets, whoever made the kit, basically glued the turret down. So I didn't sell it as part of the set because I thought people like to move the turret around. So what I've done is I've just literally this week gave it a repaint, and I've added some stowage on it, and I made a whip aerial and gave it the US flag. The stowage, I think, on the back of a Sherman looks really good, and so I'm quite pleased with the way that's turned out now. So again, there's some steels on the end. I also finished the M10 Tank Destroyer, which I've put loads of storage on. Again, this didn't go in the original sale because it had a bit of damage to it, and it needed gluing back together, so it didn't go in the original lot. So again, this week I've had some super glue and some bit of patience, and re-put it back together again, and I've added some stowage on it. I've even green stuffed some stowage on it this time, so I was quite pleased with that. Some is bought, but some of the stowage is handmade, so that's quite good. I've got to tidy up a little bit on got to give it a bit more weathering, but yeah, overall quite pleased with the way that's turned out, and as I say, it's for tabletop quality, so I'm happy with that. I've also started the second platoon. These are going to be painted for the Wargamers Anonymous Challenge. So I've got another lieutenant who's going to lead a couple of engineer squads and a ranger squad, because according to Google, there were rangers in the North African conflict, and also in the fighting up through Italy as well. So I shall add those. I painted one of the guys. I had a spare German MP40, I think it is. So I've put that on him just to make it look he's picked one up, and he's like the elite section, if you like. So that's that one. I've also added a 50 cal, another Bazooka Team, and this is one of the engineers teams that I've finished off. So the engineers basically consist of one NCO with machine gun, 2 BARs, a Flamethrower Team, and 2 guys with rifles, which is this gentleman and this guy. And so one's got Bangalore tubes, and again they used, according to Google, Bangalore's in North Africa to blow up sort of obstructions and bits and pieces. So that's something that I'm quite pleased with. And this is the Flamethrower Team. So it's the standard Warlord US Army team, and I've just converted a flame on it. Again, I've got to go around the bases, but so there'll be some steels on at the end if you're interested. So that's that. I've got another engineers team that just need the 2 BARs painting, and that's pretty much exactly the same loadout, and they form the mandatory infantry slots on the 2nd platoon. So that's it for this week. If I sort of pan back a little bit, you'll see that the army is definitely sort of coming on, and looking quite good. So hopefully over the next few weeks this will be finished off, and can hopefully get some games in with it. So thanks for watching, guys, and there'll be some stills showing off some of the miniatures at the end. So thanks to all the new subscribers. Thanks for all the comments you leave. They really keep you going in the project. I've been watching all your videos and commenting on. I've got loads to watch, so if I haven't put a comment, then apologies. I am trying to watch what seems like the back catalogue of YouTube at the moment. So I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you all soon.
Day in, day out, it's the same road we're walking down. Same job, same town, 'cause we've been told that's the way our world goes round. Walking on the grounds we've always known, stepping on the footprints in the snow. But when it melts, the other ways will show.